Welcome everybody to another episode of Everything Nigeria Football. We'll talk about the latest happenings in the world of sports in the States, in Nigeria, and across Africa. Quickly look at trending stories making the rounds today, and we'll quickly check out what is going on in the Nigerian Premier League. Also, we'll talk about that big news that excites lots of Nigerian fans, talking about Super Falcons of Nigeria picking up the qualification ticket to play at the Women's African Cup of Nations that will go down next year in Morocco. Also, we'll talk about what transpired over the weekend in the Nigerian Premier Football League, and also some of our players doing quite well for themselves in the diaspora. Sadiq Umar scoring a similar goal to what we saw last week. Yes, Ira Collins is on the news as well, hugging the headlines this time around for good reason, scoring 2 goals against Ghent. Also, Gift Orban as well as Jordan Tono Naga was paraded in that particular match. Josh Maja scores for West Brom in a 1-2 loss against Leicester City. Ndidi was a part of that mix for Leicester. He got an assist in one of the goals scored for Leicester City. And these and many more, we'll talk about that. Rivers United again losing out in that particular win when they travelled all the way to Ghana to face Dreams FC. They lost by 2-1. Alex Oyowa scoring the consolatory goal in the additional time of the second half. And these and many more we'll talk about on this show today. It's good to be back here. My name is Joshua Ojo. We quickly check out the latest stories that we have right here. And Fire Solo, or when it's time, someone that will join the conversation from commercial capital Lagos State, will expand the conversation in very fine detail. Now, we begin the conversation now from the story reaching us, the Super Falcons of Nigeria. The first match right here in Abuja, they put 5 goals past Cape Verde in that particular match. The interim coach talking about Magudu paraded a couple of decent players, even after we missed out on the likes of Aziza Oshoala, Jennifer Ishegini, Michelle Alozie, and some other players, notable players that used to be regulars for Super Falcons were not a part of that mix. But when he said, even with these players, we should be able to do something, and that was what we did against Cape Verde in the first leg. And the coach paraded a couple of decent players. Shamakan Alozie was in goal, Akudo Bona, and the main Hitosin partners, Osinachi Ohale, they are out of defense, and Rafiat Imuron plays from the left back. In the midfield, Peace Hefi comes in, joins Kante, as she's fondly called, talking about Deborah Abiodun. In the middle of the park, Tony Payne was part of the mix. Uche Nakano, Rashida Tajibade, and Gift Monday all started that particular match. Uche Nakano struck twice. Gift Monday also scored a goal, and one super sub came on. Esther Okoronko, a lady that used to play for Saint Etienne in France, who has now switched to Unity Renfe in Spain, also came on and scored 2 goals. Beyond her scoring 2 goals in the first leg, there's a lot to talk about her in this particular show. Also in the return leg, she was also in the headline. She scored one of the goals that ensured us beat Cape Verde even at their home ground. And now we'll talk about the first match. 5 goals, dominant display of football from the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They took their opponents to cleaners. They scored 5 goals, 500 pride goals from the Cape Verde, and with that, it was confirmed that even going away from the second leg, we should say that these 5 goals should do, but then it was enough. And also, one particular story there, Esther Yenedeze shows sparks of brilliance when she came on, and has sent lots of tongues wagging that this girl should be a part of the Super Falcons setup going into the African Cup of Nations. Do you agree? Let us know your own thoughts in the comment section. And also, Amaka Okuchukwu debuted in that first leg encounter in Abuja, a home-based player coming on, showed that she's got some guts in her, and then we're hoping that she can build up on the momentum. A lot of people were even saying they cannot get the nod, considering the fact that they still have a couple of other players in that particular mix. But then I was surprised to see her get the nod. She's good, yes. I will definitely give it to her, but a lot needs to be worked on. With time, I strongly believe that she can cement her spot in that Super Falcons setup. Away from that 5-0 thrashing in the first leg, now we'll talk about what happened in the second leg. The Cape Verde were the ones that drew the first blood in the return leg, and very early in the first half, it sent some of football fans in shock, as knowing fully well that what would come after that, scoring the first goal, and they took Nigeria to the limit. It took the help of Esther Okoronko, who came on from the bench to get an equalizer before Rashida Tajibade scored in the additional time to give Nigeria wins over 2 legged ties. Now, with that particular 2-1 win at home in Cape Verde, now the Super Falcons of Nigeria has picked up the qualification ticket to go through to the next round of that particular contest of that African Cup of Nations that will come on in Morocco next year. Morocco already qualified, and we'll also talk about some other teams that have actually gained qualification prior to that Women's African Cup of Nations. We'll quickly take you through those teams right now. We understand South Africa, Algeria, Tanzania, Ghana, and some other teams have picked up qualifications to play in the Women's African Cup of Nations next year. We'll quickly check out the results from what happened over the week as far as the women's category is concerned when we talk about African football. First leg of the Women's African Cup of Nations qualifier started with Kenya and Botswana. The match ended in a 1-1 draw right there, and Angola lost at home 6-0 to Zambia, and so likes of Barbara Banda getting on the score sheet. For them, Mweba, talking Hiren Lungu as well as Rachel Kudenaji scored for them. And then on the 30th, we saw Nigeria playing, and the first match on that day was Tanzania and Togo. As Tanzania put 3 goals past the Togolese, and Tunisia beat the Democratic Republic of Congo by 5 goals to 2. Nigeria defeated Cape Verde by 5 goals to 0. We've talked about that earlier. Algeria defeating Burundi 5-1. Let's not forget that Burundi are qualified for the last edition in Morocco that South Africa won. Also, we talk about Burkina Faso playing a 1-1 draw with South Africa. Guinea lost 2-7 to Mali, while Senegal defeated Egypt by 4 goals to 0. Some other matches in the women's qualification, we saw Equatorial Guinea playing a 1-1 draw with the Republic of Congo, while Ghana defeated Namibia by 3 goals to 1. And also the reverse leg now, Africa picking up qualifications when they played at home. 2-0 ended, and one woman did set a record on that particular day, talking about legendary captain Van Wyk, who surpassed the record of Ahmed Hassan of Egypt of all time of the highest number of appearances in African football, and now she has bowed to retirement. She stopped playing for South Africa, but quite a legend there when she was paraded, showcased herself for 39 minutes in that particular encounter to surpass that record held by a long period of time by Ahmed Hassan, the Egyptian legend. Also, Burundi lost by a goal to nothing to Algeria, and Algeria also picked up qualifications over the 2-leg. Also, other stories we hear: Namibia defeated Ghana, started very well, scored first. They took Ghana to the limit. Ghana were on the brink of witnessing elimination, having not qualified for the last edition. Now Namibia couldn't add to their goals as they suffered yet non-qualification this time around to play at the Women's African Cup of Nations. Egypt were held to a goalless draw with Senegal at home as they failed to progress after Senegal put 4 past them in the first leg. Now they've picked up a ticket to play at AFCON next year. Last year they got to the quarterfinals, but then they couldn't advance to the semi-finals because they were trashed out by Zambia. And now Zambia putting 6 goals against past Angola. Some feats right there, and also other qualifications. We saw teams getting the best of each other, and from there we'll quickly take you through countries that have qualified. Nigeria, as we said earlier, has picked up a qualification to play at the Women's African Cup of Nations next year. Also, South Africa has qualified. Algeria qualified over 2-legged ties. Ghana qualified. Talk about Botswana qualifying as well. Democratic Republic of Congo picking up qualification. Tunisia also qualified. The Copper Queens of Zambia will pick up qualifications. Tanzania picked up qualifications. Senegal as well, and Mali all picking up qualifications. And now it's set. We're hoping to see the draws. 3 groups, 12 teams who will be there to contest for the biggest prize of the African football when you talk about women's categories, the Women's African Cup of Nations. Morocco qualified because they are the hosts, and other teams will join them, such as Nigeria. Now we're seeing what we can go from here. Nigeria qualifying yet again. They are the teams who have qualified for the highest number of times of the women's African category. No time Nigeria hasn't been in that particular mix, and now we're hoping that they can win it for the record of 10th time after they missed out the last time in the semi-finals on penalties to Morocco, and Morocco didn't end up winning. Nigeria were 2 men down. Nigeria, after getting 2 red cards in that particular encounter, Inde and Rashida Tajibade still held on and went on to penalty. Ifeoma Onimono lost the penalty that time and went to the third place playoff who couldn't get the better of Zambians. And now we're hoping that we can right our wrongs this time around when we go to Morocco for another Women's African Cup of Nations. Away from the Super Falcons story now, we'll quickly look at what is next for us on the board. We'll talk about Under 17 World Cup that entered crescendo over the weekend as well. We understand that that Mali, the only African representative, got to the semi-finals. After being defeated by France 2-1 in the semi-finals, they went on to face another team, and they were able to beat the team to pick up the bronze medal. Myself and Young J did talk about that in our previous show, and he said he's expecting them to pick up that medal. It's not all about expectation; they have the capability, and they've shown it quite well when they picked up the bronze medal in that particular on the 17 World Cup. Now they've won the bronze medal. They came second quite some time when they faced Nigeria in the final. Now the eyes should be on the gold medal in the next tournament. Now let's hope that Mali can do well to pick up qualifications to the next one, and also beyond picking up qualifications, going to the World Cup and doing very well for themselves. We'll talk about the champions of that particular setup. Germany emerges winner after defeating France on penalty shootout. Some game right there. Both took themselves to the limit. They threw all what they had at each other. I'm not surprised that one of these young talents will go far as far as I'm concerned. That's a good display of football. And moving on from there, I want to see these boys integrate into the cadet level, the under-20s, representing the countries at the under-23 level, and also getting into the senior and national team. We leave that conversation now. Under-17 is done and dusted now. Germany, the winner, France came second, and Malians were the third as far as that particular tournament is concerned. We talk about the CAF Champions League now. What happened over the weekend in match day 2 across CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations League? Quickly, let's go through the staples and the standing. We understand the CAF Champions League was upon us at Group C. Al Hilal did beat Esperance of Tunisia by 3-1, and Diema of Ghana beat Belouizdad by 2-1. In other results, on Sunday we saw action going down right there across different centers. TP Mazembe puts a goal past Mamelodi Sundowns. Nadibu defeated Pyramids by 2-0. Also in the CAF Champions League, we saw Galaxy being held by Simba FC away from home. Now it ended in a goalless draw. Asec Mimosa of Ivory Coast defeated Wydad Casablanca of Morocco by 1-0 now. Also in other development, we understand that CAF Champions League Group C matches, Etienne de Sahel of Tunisia lost to Pedro de Luanda by 2-0, while in the Group D, Al Ali and Young Africans played a 1-1 draw. We'll quickly check the standings now. We'll tell you how this team's fared. Over standings in Group A now, Mamelodi Sundowns remain top of the log with 3 points. TP Mazembe comes second with 3 points. Nadibu 3 points. Pyramids FC of Egypt 3 points. All these teams now have 3 points after match day 2. Now it's a matter of goal superiority and inferiority that keeps them where they are on the table. And in Group B, Asec Mimosa with 4 points. Also Galaxy, FC Galaxy 4 points. Simba SC 2 points after drawing 2 games. Wydad Casablanca has lost 2 games. What is happening with Wydad Casablanca? This is a team that went as far as the final in the African Football League before losing out to Mamelodi Sundowns. Would you say fatigue is setting in for these boys? Or do you think it's another thing entirely? What is wrong with Wydad Casablanca? Let us know in the comment section. Also in Group C, Pedro de Luanda has won 2 games out of 2 now, closely followed by Al Hilal of Sudan. Esperance lost the second match, now have 3 points. Etienne de Sahel of Tunisia last on the log with no points yet. Al Ali in Group D have 4 points, Belouizdad 3 points. Madiama of Ghana 3 points. Young Africans picking up just a point. And also we saw actions over the weekend in the CAF Confederations League where Rivers United went away from home to play in Ghana. They lost 1-2. We'll talk much about that after this time. I'll hit the brakes very quickly right now. We'll take a quick message from one of our sponsors, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation. Meanwhile, T Wonder will join us from the commercial capital in Lagos, and together we'll expand the conversation after this time. I don't go nowhere.
Are you single with it or you just joking? I had a split Friday but no smoking. In the room we're in, so I suggest something. We should just go out and we should blow something. Like, what's poppin'?
Are you looking for a way to relax and engage yourself in sporting activities? Are you tired of boredom? Do you want to try something more fun and adventurous? Are you ready to experience real-life PUBG or Call of Duty?
What's poppin'? Just like, ooh, what's poppin'? I like you, what's poppin'? Ooh, what's good, what's poppin'?
Ultimate Ground Paintball gives you a yes to your question on where to relax, have maximum fun, and exercise your body.
We're in, so I suggest something. We should just go out and we should blow something. Like, what's poppin'? Just like, ooh, what's poppin'?
It is located at Road 10 in Morocco behind Moti Funland, area of our road.
What's poppin'? Just like, ooh, what's poppin'? I like you, what's poppin'? Ooh, what's good, what's poppin'?
For more inquiry, call us or send us a WhatsApp message on 091 6205 2282. Or you can send us a DM on Instagram at ultimateground_paintball_arena.
I like you whisper.
Ultimate Ground Paintball, a place of maximum fun and adventurous experience.
Welcome back from that break. Before we left, we were talking about Rivers United in the second match in the CAF Confederations Cup. We understand that they lost 1-2 to Dreams FC of Ghana, and Alex Oyowa getting more or less like a consolatory goal after Rivers United fell behind by 2-0. Now, what went wrong after scoring 3 goals right here in Uyo against Academica de Lobito and then going away? Struggled a little bit, but now many people said maybe it's because they are playing away from home, but I'm very sure T1 has a different perspective and a different notion when we talk about this. T1 joins the conversation now from commercial capital in Lagos State, and together we expand the conversation on how Rivers United fare and some other matches that did go down in the Nigerian Premier Football League. T1, good afternoon. It's good to have you here. Join me.
It's really a good afternoon here in Lagos. A bright afternoon here in Lagos. Now, talking about Rivers United, it really saddens my heart because I think teams in the Nigerian Professional League need to actually learn to do well outside their home ground, because I noticed it's really been difficult for them to perform away from home. Look at what happened to Rivers United against Dreams FC. They came from behind to score just a goal at the 93rd minute of the match. It's not really a good one for us as a professional team league here in Nigeria. Scoring at the 93rd minute after going down 2-0 at the beginning of the match, a goal from Alex Oyowa. So I guess I would advise Rivers United and other team playing in the league should actually work more, particularly on their getting away from their home ground.
Now let's talk about the mentality that these players have. You know, we saw them play in Uyo and it was a 3-0 thumping of Academica de Lobito. They showed character as well as good team synergy, but going away from home, it looks like they struggled a little bit to string passes among themselves. They found it quite difficult, and getting into the final third, they were not clinical in front of goal. What would you say is the problem of Rivers United, and going forward in the third match when they will play the next team in that particular group? Do you think they can actually get better and bounce back from that loss?
Yeah, I guess the next match, I guess they should be able to do very better, because if you actually look at Rivers United stats this season so far in all leagues this season, look at the match before Dream FC, they won 3-0 at home at the Confederations Cup Group C. They won 3-0 at home, and if you look at the NPFL match they played against Abia Warriors at home before the CAF Confederation League, they actually had a 2-1 against Abia Warriors. So I guess they should just try and work on their technicality when going away from their home ground. And I believe they have more resources. They have more players who knows how to score goals. Let me use that word. Who knows how to score more goals? So I guess they should just try as much as possible, as much as they can, to actually work more when it comes to playing away from their home ground.
Okay, now you
that's what I think is actually going on, because their stats this season, when I checked their stats this season, okay, their first match against Tornadoes, they actually lost away from home. The next match against Remo, they won in their home ground. The next match they won again was against Lobista at their same home ground. If you look at what their game this season, Rivers United, they've actually won more games at home than going away this season. So I believe they should just try and work more.
Now you talk about the technicality in that particular team. They have a good and sound coach in Stanley Oguma, being assisted by one of the best. You're talking about Salisu Yusuf. Many believe that this man is one of the best. When you talk about coaches in Nigeria, he has took charge of some teams like under 20 before, and he also took charge of home-based Super Eagles going to the CHAN before and getting into the finals at a point in time. Now look at the combination of Stanley Eguma and you're talking about Salisu Yusuf. You give it to them. Technically, these two coaches are sound. I want you to talk to me about the mentality of the players, knowing fully well that this is not just the league where you think you can get back and bounce back anytime, any day. This is about the CAF Confederation Cup. If you fail to pick up maximum points both home and away, it may actually count against you at the end of the day going forward in the tournament.
Like you said that they have the best combination of coaches. Rivers United has the best combination of coaches this season, but I guess the players need to be given a classroom talk when it comes to playing away from home. Because when it comes to football, we have something we call classroom discussion. They have to take them to the drawing board when it comes to playing away from home. And one thing I noticed about playing away from home is the opponent France actually sometimes has more power when it comes to playing away from home. But I guess the player needs to just sit down, try to understand their game while away from home. Because there's always a different atmosphere leaving your home, going away. There's always a different atmosphere. Everything going away from home is always different. Because you meet a different pitch apart from your pitch. You have a different fan because your opponent fans has more than you. But one thing I think they need to do is go back to their drawing board, sit down, then check what they have not been doing well when it comes to playing away. Stanley Okoro is one of the best coaches we have when it comes to the league. So I think they just need to do a classroom teaching for the players. They should check what they have not been doing very well when it comes to playing away from their own pitch.
All right, now going into the next round of matches now, as far as the CAF Confederation is concerned, are you convinced that Rivers United will put up a good display of football when they return to Uyo for the match day 3 in that particular encounter? Do you see them winning and getting back on getting their confidence back and also building enough momentum going into the second leg?
Their next match will be against Club Africa, and that should be on Sunday, on the 10th of December. Since they are actually at their home ground this time, I believe we have a better point. That's what I think, because when you look at what I said earlier, when you look at their statistics this season, playing at their home ground, they've always tried to win from their home ground. They had a draw this season against Sunshine at their home ground. That's the only match they had a draw when it comes to their home stats this season. So I guess coming home this season on this coming Sunday on the 10th, I believe Rivers United will actually come top in that match. I'm very sure about that. At least they can still have a 2-goal or a 1-goal win in that match. I'm very sure about that. And going forward in the CAF Confederation, I have a better belief in Rivers United. But it's just what I want them to actually do is they should always try to pick a point away from home. If a point away from home is better than no points at all, so they should actually try and pick at least a point away from home.
Alright, now away from Rivers United conversation, we'll talk about what happened in the Nigerian Premier Football League. We understand in the weekend action were upon us. Also in the midweek yesterday on Wednesday we saw actions too, but let us start from the actions that we saw on match day 11th over the weekend. Now we talk about Doma United picking up win against Niger Tornadoes. Akwa United played a 1-1 draw with Kwara United. That match quite a little bit shaky officiating. They ended 1-1 at Eket Township Stadium. Sadiq Yusuf, who plays for Kwara United, scores against his former team. But the goal that Kwara United scored, Abe Benson was the culprit there, as the ball was struck against his body, but then his hand was behind his back. We've talked about officiating process over time, and then it looks like he's not getting better. Are you a little bit disappointed in that call?
Can you add more professionalism when it comes to officiating in Nigerian Professional League? Okay, like the match against the last match Remo played, that was the midweek match Remo played at home. you look at the first goal that was cancelled. I guess it should be weekend or the midweek match. That should be weekend, yes. The weekend match when they won 1-0 away at home. I guess there was a little mix-up about the first goal scored. So I think the officiating the officiating officers when it comes to Nigeria Professional League has to do more. They have to be more professional. I think this season so far has had a little more of one or two ups and downs. Only the errors, but let me say ups and downs because they are humans and they're not perfect. But let that be clear that it is their job. They are meant to make a good balancing of the match. So there are little one or two ups and downs when it comes to officiating Nigeria. Then the match against the Akwa United, Kwara United. I don't know what is really happening this season when it comes to Akwa United. I don't know. Fatai Osho the coach Fatai Osho has really not really gotten his stance this season with Akwa United. This is a home game for them against Kwara United, and they actually scored first. They scored at a penalty at the 43rd minute of the match, and Yusuf scored at the 45th minute of that same match. It's just a very close, just 2 minutes from their lead, and that was all throughout the match. I guess Aqua, you need to just pull more things together when it comes to I don't know when it comes to their technicality up front, in front of goal, and their coach needs to actually, and the technical crew at large need to actually sit down, have a heart-to-heart talk with the players, know what is going on, know what they need to put in place, and I believe they can do better. Fatai Osho is a very good coach.
Alright, now let's talk about Enyimba FC of Aba beating Sunshine Stars by lone goal. Enyimba FC, the People's Elephant, played at home and they welcomed Sunshine Stars and they defeated Sunshine Stars by 1-0. What do you make of Enyimba's run this season?
It's a good win for Enyimba this season. They played against Sunshine, and truly Sunshine has been like struggling, coming up this when it comes to a away win as well. It's a big congratulations to Coach Benidi for that win, and came at the 45th minute, 47th minute, as a win, a penalty. But still after the penalty, they couldn't even actually put up another goal. But I think I will just say a good win for them from winning at home against Sunshine. Then I believe we should be able to do more when it comes to subsequent matches.
Alright, now before we go to what happened yesterday on Wednesday in midweek, quickly let's talk about one particular match that did go down in the middle belt of Nigeria. Gombe United entertained Kano Pillars, and one man sent a lot of tongues wagging there. The 17-year-old boy Kano Pillar, who scored 5 goals in one particular game to give Kano Pillars the first away win of the season. What do you make of this boy Yusuf Abdullahi doing very well for Kano Pillars, scoring all 5 goals in a particular match? Are some decent results for Abdul Maikaba's men. What do you make of that mentality shown by Kano Pillars when they visited Gombe United at the Pantami Stadium?
Let me say this. I don't know. The congratulations to Yusuf Abdullahi for proving himself. A 17-year-old player proving himself, scoring 5 goals in a match that ended 5-2 against Gombe United. It's a good development for Nigerian football. Let me say that, because a 17-year-old boy coming up, they were even trying to compare him with an international player, somebody who is not from Nigeria. This is our new this is what, but still I guess you shouldn't allow that to come into his head. He can still do more better. He's just 17. He's a good player, scoring 5 goals in a particular match. Wow, a good one for him. But I believe he can still do more in subsequent match. And Gombe United, I really can't say what is happening to them this season. Gombe is 17th on the log, and Kano Pillars are just 4th on the log. So I guess Kano Kano Pillars are trying to pull some trigger this season after coming back from relegation last season. So I believe they can still do more better in the coming match. And congratulations to the Kano Pillars on that and Yusuf Abdullahi as a player as well.
All right, now we quickly go to midweek matches. We understand yesterday Southwestern Derby did go down. Sunshine Stars entertained Shooting Stars of Ibadan. The match ended 1-0. It was a physical, contested match between Sunshine Stars and Shooting Stars of Ibadan, but the match ended in favor of the Owena Waves, talking about the Sunshine Stars. What do you make of Sunshine Stars losing away from home to Enyimba last week and coming back from home, knowing fully well that this is our home ground, irrespective of who is better on the log? This is my home ground. I need to hold on to this particular thing, and the mentality did work quite well for them. The battle was won in the midfield when you're talking about likes of Hosimaga, Duke, or Yagbu doing very well for themselves in the middle of the park for Sunshine Stars, but then they were able to get the better of Shooting Stars yesterday. Now, what do you make of Shooting Stars' performance as well as Sunshine Stars getting the best of Shooting Stars yesterday? 1-0 ended at Akure Township Stadium. What do you make of Sunshine Stars' performance yesterday?
Now talking about Shooting Stars of Ibadan, looking at their stats this season, I don't think they really won more matches away from home. When I check their stats, I'm not really sure if they actually scored more matches away when it comes to going away from home this season. So, but a big congratulations to Sunshine Star winning one goal against Shooting Star. The goal scored at the 73rd minute by Moses. But I will implore and talk to the Oli Warriors as well to actually try as much as possible to work on their stats, their tactics away from home. This season, they've actually won more from home this season. Their first win this season was against State United at home. Their second win was against Gombe United, still away, still in their home ground. It was in their home ground. Their third was against Doma United, 3-1 at their same home ground. The other win was against Niger Tornadoes, still at their home ground, and Shooting Star against Kano Pillars at their home ground. They won it again. So if you look at their stats this season, going away from home has not really been a good one for them when it comes to Shooting Stars. And for Sunshine as well, I guess Sunshine has also have one or two ups and downs when it comes to going away from home this season. Their last away win this season against Enyimba, they actually lost 1-0. So I guess the two teams need to work more on their stats, their tactics going away from their own ground. But big congratulations to Sunshine Stars.
All right, now away from Sunshine Stars conversation, now let us talk about Heartland FC of Owerri. Over time, after playing 10 games, we understand that they are yet to win a match this season, and when they appointed Kennedy Boboye in a couple of days, he played his first match against Enyimba FC of Aba, but then the team lost by a long goal. But look at them yesterday, they got the first win of the season. Thumbs up to them. What do you make of Heartland FC now getting back in shape? They've got their first win. Kennedy Boboye is now in the mix. Do you think this is Kennedy Boboye's magic, and with him getting the first win, can they build on the momentum going forward? And do you see them picking up points away from home, vital points beyond picking up 1 point? Let's not forget they picked a couple of points away from home in the Southwest this season, and now going away from home now, do you think they can pick more of 3 points as far as Kennedy Boboye is now on board?
Let me say this, a big congratulations to Kennedy Boboye actually beating the Benjamin Insurance, because they are one of the best teams I've seen when it comes to Nigeria Professional League. But what I would just say is, let's still hold on to see what the rest of the season, the rest of the matches for them this season will pull up. We can't just judge them by winning Benjamin Insurance, but it's a good win for them because why I say it's a good win is because it's actually going to build more of their confidence going on this season. Their next match and coming matches, winning against Vendor Insurance will actually build their confidence. Well, there's a different mentality when it comes to winning. When you win a match, you have the different mentality that the next coming matches, you need to pull up something to win the next matches. But when you lose, even if you want to win the next match, you have to struggle. But now that they have won against Vendor Insurance, they want to try as much as possible to actually, at least, work on their next matches. And a good one for them. They are still at the top, the bottom of the league, 19th in the table, but I still believe they can still do something.
Alright, another result, we saw Kano Pillars beating Akwa United by a lone goal. Abia Warriors and Sporting Lagos played a 1-0 draw. Abia Warriors got back in the game very late and then they scored a goal, but then the goal was choked up for offside. Etland FC of Owerri, as we just talked about, defeated Bendel Insurance by 1-0. Kwara United and Doma played a goalless draw at Ilorin. Lobby Stars beat Gombe United by 1-0. Remo Stars and Niger Tornadoes played a barren draw. Plateau United defeated Enugu Rangers 2-1. Wrap up the match of the week, of the midweek rather, Sunshine Stars, the big one there defeating Shooting Stars. Physically contested match. Shooting Stars threw all what they had at Sunshine Stars, but at the end it was the goal Moses scored that proved to be the difference. And after speaking after the match, the coach of Shooting Stars did say that his team did well, but it was just not their day. Well, sadly for them, as it currently stands right now in the league, we understand that Remo Stars are top of the log after playing 12 games with 23 points, but Ruby Stars 12 games winning, having 23 points now. It's a goals difference that keeps Remo Stars at the top of the log. Doma United 22 points, Kano Pillars 4th on the log 19 points, and Yimba 5th on the log with a game in hand 19 points. Now look at Remo Stars, despite not having quite a good game yesterday, he ended in a barren draw, but they stay on top of the log. Remo Stars, not what I am expecting from them, but they are doing quite well. T1, talk to us about Remo Stars. What do you think is the problem, and why did they struggle yesterday against their opponents? It ended in a goalless draw despite having a bulk of players who are good. Samad Kadibi, you're talking Ojo, who is in the middle of the park, the captain Unduka, and the likes of other top players that they have, but they couldn't get the win against the team they played yesterday. Don't you think they should have picked up 3 points at least? Create enough gap between them and the team following them on the log right now. They are still top of the log, but you as a person, were you expecting much from them, or probably a win yesterday?
Okay, let me say this. Yesterday I was having a discussion with someone and I mentioned that match, Remo Stars, to the person, and I said, winning away from home this season for Remo has been ups and downs. It has not really been a smooth move for them winning away from home. Though I actually expected more from them. I expected just even if just a goal to wrap up the match yesterday, but it didn't come. But still, I would just tell the senior coach himself, Coach Daniel Ogunmodade, to actually try as much as possible to know what is going on. When I checked their stats this season away from home, their first away match this season was against Rivers United. They lost 2-0 against Rivers United. And the only win, the only win they've had away from home this season was against Bayelsa United, which they won 2-1. Yeah. They've not really had much win away from home this season. Okay, they had a win against Enyimba too, away from home this season. So I guess they only had 2 wins this season going away from home. But I would just advise that they should give more to their fans going away from home, because yesterday I was expecting Raymond to actually pull a 3-point lead yesterday at the top of the league. At least they should give a gap to Lobby Stars. But I believe they will do better coming their next matches, and I have a great belief in Remo Stars. Let me use that word. I have a great belief when it comes to Remo Stars, and I know they will pull something this season for us.
Now let me quickly ask you, is your belief as strong as them winning the title this season?
Yes, I have a great belief that Remo Stars can win the title this season. I'm very, very optimistic about that.
Alright, let us leave Nigerian Premier League football conversation and talk about Nigeria National League, Ekiti United over the weekend beat Abeokuta Stormers 3-2. They went away from home and they lost, and now this is their third match of the season, winning in front of their home fans again. They headed in a 5-goal thriller. What do you make of Ekiti United start of the season, having 2 wins and just a loss?
Okay, a big congratulations to Coach Kehinde Anjorin Jojoma. It's really a good start for them because it's a new season and they are just trying to pull things together. And if you look at them this season, the first match they had 3 of their players at meeting up to the team of the week. And the last win they had last week, they had a player, one of their midfielder, Pius Chikodi, part of the team of the week as well. It's a good one, but I guess there's something they are not doing. They are supposed to do technically that they are not doing, going away from home. If you look at the 2 matches they've won, it has been at the Oluyemi Kayode Stadium, which is their home ground, and look at the only match they lost this season so far. They lost away from home, and their next match is coming. They are coming to Lagos. Mobolaji Johnson here against 1472 FC, the new team that just joined the league. So it's going to be a little bit ups and down for them because the team is just a new team. They've not really had 1 or 2 games together before. They've not really known, unless if they have gone to study them. I wish it's the best thing for a coach to do, but they need to do more better. Though it's a good one for Coach Kehinde Anjorin Jojoma for at least coming up with a win or 2 wins this season out of 3. So it's a good one for him, and I believe he can do much better. I have a great belief in him.
All right. That is the latest stories from Nigeria National League. We'll quickly check the standings now, but that will be after Atiwanda. Before I let you go, let's talk about the Nigerian Women's League. Ekiti State representative, the Buares Babes, Ekiti Queens, lost again. A sad one for them. What do you make of their run? And if they keep up like this, don't you think we might not see the Buares Babes playing the top flight football as far as the Nigerian Women's League is concerned?
It's really saddens my heart because I gave them I had a great hope in them at the beginning of the season, even before the season started. But they've not really given us what we wanted this season. It's been a lot of ups and downs. I guess there are 2 games away. At home has been a draw, and away from home has been a loss for them. Their game yesterday they lost 3 goals to 1, and it's not really been a package seasons for them as they've planned as a team. But I still think Coach Taiwo can do something for us. He can still put up something for the team. I have a good belief in the girls. They had a good preseason matches and they've really done well for themselves to be part of the league this season. So I know they can still do much better. That's what I believe in them. Yeah, I believe in the Paris Bay.
Now look at their form. 4 games, just 2 draws. They've lost 2 away from home. Don't you think this team needs more quality in that particular team, considering the fact that most of these players that play, I think the goalkeeper and as well as the defender, I think the goalkeeper was the Delta Queens before. Don't you think we need more quality in that particular setup to keep the Buares Babes going and flying very high this league season, considering the fact that group is a tough one? You have strong sides in that particular group, and going forward, if they don't recruit, don't you think it will be a big problem for the Buares Babes?
It's true, they need to recruit more players, but let me say this, with the resources they have at hand, they still have a better team.
Okay.
What I just think they need to do is they need to train more and have a positive mentality when it comes to playing on the pitch. That's what I think they need to do. They have a lot of resources. They have a good goalkeeper. They have some good players. They have Pascal there and some other better players. They have Taiwo there. But what I think they need to just put in place is they need to actually have a positive mentality when it comes to playing on the pitch. That's what I think they need to do. They have to have this mentality of a winning mentality. I guess they have. What I think is the problem is probably they have a lot of phobia when it comes to playing on the pitch. I can't say, but that's what I think is the problem for them. But I have a great belief that they won't relegate. They can still pull up something this season. I am very sure about the Buares Bay. I am very sure they won't relegate this season, and they will pull up something. I'm very sure about that.
Alright, let us just hope that they get back to their best and avoid relegation, because if you can remember, the last time we talked about Buares Bay when they gain promotion is the mentality of staying in the league. We're not even rushing you to charge for the championship, just try and stay in the league. But the likes of Regina, Sarafa, and a couple of other players in that particular team, I've watched them play before. They have the doggedness, they have the ruggedness in them, and I strongly believe that if one or two things is put in place, Buares Bay can stay up. Latiwanda, thank you very much for joining the conversation today.
It's nice to be on the program again. Thank you for having me.
Alright, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
That was Latiwanda joining the conversation all the way from the commercial capital in Lagos, and together we've been able to talk about what happened in the Nigerian Premier Football League, and also the NNL, where Ekiti United got the better of Abeokuta Stormers, and the next game is against 1472 FC in Lagos, a new team who is tactically sound as well. We opened away from home, they can pick up a point or probably get the 3 points. Anything is possible, it is football. But then beyond talking about the FC, talking about the male team in the NNL, we hope that they can continue to pick up maximum points and see them getting into the playoff rounds of the NPFL, and hopefully maybe they can play top 5 football in the Nigerian Premier League and next season. Also, we'll talk about CAF Confederation Cup, where Rivers United suffered yet a loss in that particular encounter with Dream FC, and playing Club African now. Club African, who is also another strong side when you talk about football, Northern African team. Now the big question is, can Rivers United do the unthinkable and also pick wins across these two-legged ties to put them in a good position of advancing into the next round of that particular tournament? And now we quickly leave the conversation of Nigerian Premier Football League and also NNL. Now we'll go straight to what happened over the weekend outside Nigeria, across the Atlantic, where we understand some of our players did quite well for themselves. Sadiq Umar scored yet a similar goal like that of the one we saw last week in that 1-1 draw over the weekend. Also, Ira Collins was on the score sheet for FC Genk in Belgium Jupiler League, and he faced another side that has 2 Super Eagles players in it. That's talking about Ghent. Talking about Gift Urban was paraded and Jordan Torunaga. The match ended 2-2. Now we leave there, we'll talk about the championship side, where we saw Joshua Maja, who has been away from the limelight for quite some time, but now he's back with West Bromwich Albion. He was on the score sheet against Leicester City, and in that particular match, Wilfred Ndidi as well as Kelechi Iheanacho was paraded, and he indeed assisted one of the goals in that particular setup. That is the state of things right now. That is how some of our players fared over the weekend. Super Eagles players also did well for themselves, but the biggest performances is what we've been able to highlight and talk about today. And this is how far we can go on the show on Everything Naija Football on this particular episode. Do well to join us again next week. Also hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel so that anytime we drop a new video, you get to see a notification. Thank you very much for sticking around. My name is Joshua Ojo. I'll see you on the next one.